I met a man by the name of Scott Helvenston, who was a U.S. Navy SEAL, and no ordinary SEAL if there ever was such a thing. I would spend almost every day with Scott. Like a second father to me. He would refer to me as a child of his. He would call me Junior. So the time was fast approaching for me to go and enter into SEAL training. I turn on the television and I see Scott on TV, but the image then changed to an image where Scott was laying in the street. They're beating Scott's lifeless body with rods, and now they're wrapping a rope around Scott's legs and dragging him through the town of Fallujah. He was hung from the Euphrates River Bridge. I went from wanting to be like Scott just because I thought becoming a SEAL would be something really cool, to I wanted to become a SEAL now because I wanted to kill. So fast forward, I would enter into BUD/S Class 254. It's the most difficult military training there is in the world. I remember graduation day was one of the happiest days of my life. My chest was puffed out, so proud to have that trident, the insignia, that says I've become a SEAL. But at the same time, it was one of the lowest moments and most miserable moments of my life, because I realized it hasn't delivered for me what I thought it would. So in the midst of this chaos and living like a rock star, going out, drinking, fighting, blacking out, I'd found myself agreeing to go to an event where a man by the name of Greg Glory was going to be speaking. He was talking about a commander, and that got my attention as a Navy SEAL. And this commander by the name of Naaman, he had leprosy. Greg began to relate this leprosy to sin. And suddenly I went from this total numbness to total sensitivity and conviction. I was feeling horrible for the things that I was doing, the things I didn't care about before. And right there that night, I repented of my sin and put my faith and trust in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. Just as Scott Helvenston was killed and he was hung from the Euphrates River Bridge for the sake of freedom, even greater than that, Jesus Christ was killed and he was hung from the cross of Calvary so that we could have freedom from sin. Greater love is known than this, and a man that gives his life for his friends. That's what Jesus Christ did for me and for everyone in the world.